Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Crypto Night Show. Your host, Superman in the house. Another day on the markets, and we're going to have a lot of fun. It doesn't get more goldenly bullish than this. We've got so much happening on the charts right now. We're going to get into Pulse, Hex, Incentive Token, Pulse Hex. Which one is crossed over the golden cross already? Which one is doing it while we're talking? And which one is imminently soon? So we're going to get into all those as well. We're going to hear from Richard Hart. We're going to hear from Rack and Rochelle, the largest whale on the chain. It's going to be a legit show today. And, of course, it's a lazy weekend, so it's always great to have bullish news and bullish action in the weekend. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to break down some of the Bitcoin movements and trends right now. We're going to give some insights that we haven't talked about much before on the channel around where the big money is coming from, institutions, and, of course, some of the behavior that we are seeing. It's a transformational age. We're about to enter into the golden age of America and, of course, the golden age of digital, the golden age of crypto. It's going to be absolutely amazing. And you guys are all here. There are so many people out there that just don't know, don't care, don't get it, don't understand, and they're going to miss the train. But you guys are all here. So it's pretty exciting. We're going to have a great show today. As you can tell, we're fired up. Dave down under in the house there, just 2 more weeks. Just 2 more weeks. That is the play. And Wookie's in the house there on the spot. What does they say? Boy, it's not flash when you're beaten by an Australian. That's just the way it goes. And I'm sure Brenton's going to come in with a beat you around a bit as well. So there we go. We got DJ and Hexkin in the house there. Hello. Good to see DJ and Hexkin. We got Gugot in the house there. Big shout out Gugot, crushing it out there on social media. Good morning, legends. And I love the king crown there. We got who else in the house? We got good morning for DGN. We got Crypto Jacks as well. Smash the like and subscribe. And of course, yes, Superman is here. Never forget that. Here daily, 8 p.m. Eastern, and having a good time. Now, don't forget to share the show on X. That's the way to go, right? Share the show on X, help out, and of course, pump your own bags. And let's see what sort of audience we can get today, because we've got such a great show in store. It's going to be so good. All right, so let's get into it. Without further ado, let's start off with the crypto markets and see what is happening as we are looking at it here. So let's go. So we've got, actually, we're going to go full screen, aren't we? We're going to have full screen on the crypto markets and check it out. So we've got 4 trillion. Yay, 4 trillion. We're already starting off well. The show is incredible. We have already started off with 4 trillion in the market. That is pretty awesome. So, 4 trillion. We're up 1%. It is 18,020 coins now on CoinGecko. That is outstanding. But we know, I think, possibly Rack and Rochelle is going to come along to try and eat CoinGecko's lunch. We're going to see how that plays out. But anyway, let's go down. We got Bitcoin right now at 116,500, consolidating nicely, down 0.2% right now, but looking really strong. Obviously, we've got Ethereum on the move. Ethereum is on the move. And of course, as this is a signal from altcoin season, it certainly looks like it, right? Certainly looks like it. We're up 6.3%. We broke our previous local high, right, of 4,100. We're at 42.50 now, and that means that the PulseChain sacrifice reserve, or strategic reserve, as I like to call it, is on the way up. It's in the money. It's in the green. It's smashing it out. It's going to be good. We got XRP there at number 3, down 1.8%, $3.22. We got BNB. Now, XRP, of course, getting a little bit impacted, actually. I think it was by BlackRock. I think they turned down an ETF proposal or something like that for XRP. So that's kind of a short-term lagging on the XRP. So we'll see how that plays out. BNB at the moment up 0.7%, $798. Can you believe it? Do you guys remember when we were down below 500? I'm trying to remember what it got down to, 380 or something. I can't remember exactly, but $800 almost now. Solana there at the moment up 1.9%, $180. So we're not really in meme season yet. Solana's really not firing at this stage, but keep a lookout for that. And then number 9 is Doge there, up 4.3%, 24 cents, followed by number 10, Tron, which is down 0.8% right now. That is the mark in the market. So those are our top 10. The best performer over the last 24 hours is Ethereum, up 6.3%. And we've got on the weekly, we've got the best performer is actually, still Ethereum, 24.7%, followed pretty closely by Doge, up 24%. So Doge and Ethereum really winning out here today. Pretty spectacular, but a new local high. And of course, the last one was 4,100. We're at 4,250. All-time high is 4,900. You guys know it. And we're looking to smash that out of the park because the institutions are coming in all sorts of forms. But it's going to be fun. Going to be fun indeed. And we've got Blair in the house there. Hi, all. Good to see you, Blair. Big shout out. Welcome to the chat. Let's have a look at the top 100. Top 100 right now, Mantle. Again, up the top here, up 54.6% for the week, sitting at number 45. But number one in the weekly performance, Athena at number 40 is number two here on the top five. And we're up 40% there for the week. Chainlink at 14 is up 38%. SPX 6900 at number 77 is up 29%. And then Pole/Matic there is up 28% for the week at number 59. So those are our leaders today. And then we've got a few blockchains below that, right? So number 92, Optimus is Arbitrum. So the blockchain's getting re-rated in some of the utilities. So we've seen the flipping of some of the AI themes and other things like that be pushed out, and meme coins, right? AI and meme coins got flipped out for chains and utilities. So there we go for the most part. Looking at top 1,000, let's have a look. We've got Soon, Codata, and Bulla. Now we've got these are all up pretty decently in the top 1,000. Let's have a look at some of these. Not sure. I think we've looked at one out of three of these. But Soon token sitting at number 526 is at 43 cents. We can see it's been around for only a few months, since May the 24th. Basically got sold off like a good crypto does in the way, but has recently rallied from the low 14.7 cents, now 43 cents. Now I don't know what the news is. Of course, we're just checking it out. It's ranked at number 526, and it is on a bit of a tear right now. It is on Solana chain, and that is a Soon token. Let's see if they've got a website here. They do, Sue.network. And let's see what this has in store. Surprise, surprise. Delivering the best on-chain trading experience. So trading platform, start live trading. And this may continue its rise. We'll keep a lookout for that. Let's see what else they got. Nothing particularly on the media coverage, but they may have something on X that you can possibly find out about. How did I miss this? SVM apps. Yeah, so you have to check out some of the news to see exactly what's going on there. But it looks like some sort of swapping trading live. They're letting us know in the chat there if you guys have actually check this out. And there's thousands of coins out there, right? Some of you may have come across Soon and trading there. All right, let's go back into look at the next one, Codata, and have a look at that. Number 942, sitting at half a penny. And this has been around since 24th of July, so not too long. What's that, about a week or something, 2 weeks? And here we are, as we came off the bottom at 2800th of a penny, currently at half a penny. And this is on BNB or BSC chain. And let's have a quick look at the website issue. We'll go to the app, shall we? Let's go straight to the app. And app.dakota there. Oh, you've got to sign on with the wallet. Let's not go to the app. Let's go to the website and have a look here. Knowledge layer for AI, your knowledge, your data set, endless AI royalties. So obviously it's got some AI technology there, and may possibly trying to make money out of that too with AI royalties there. So yeah, maybe it looks like a little bit your data as well. I don't know whether they're selling your data or what, but it's got a bit of an ecosystem up here as well. Arena Robotics, so got a few other elements, so you can check that out. Maybe go a bit deeper than what I just did, but that is number 2 right now in the top 1,000. And then finally, we've got Bulla sitting at number 3 there, top 1,000. And let's see why this is moving. Number 972, so it's right at the very top, sitting at 13 cents right now. Has been around since the 8th of June, only a couple of months too. And it's coming off the bottom there, 5.5 cents, now 13 cents. This suddenly rallied up there with the market on the move. And it's on BSC chain as well. So Solana and 2 BSC chain ones. And let's have a look at the website. So we've got Bulla Mascot. So probably a meme coin, is it? Is live. The king is here. The most anticipated launch on BNB. And it's this young kid, isn't it? Bulla. We see sometimes gets memed all over the place. He is on the mix. The accounting is money. Pretty happy about that. What's he got there? Has Bulla there. So I don't know whether this is from the father or whoever's set this up, but that is on the move right now. Look at little AI there, a little Terminator eye, isn't it? All right, so that is pretty much it on the top 1,000. And trending, we've got Ethereum, of course. Ethereum has to trend. Aerodrome Finance and Pinlink there are all trending at the moment. So that's our summary of crypto. Hope you guys enjoyed that. We're going to get into, of course, a jump into Bitcoin. This is the one that we're kind of looking to anchor everything. Obviously, it has done exactly what we had hoped and projected here on the chart there. It's continued to ride up the 50 moving average. And that's the yellow line, of course. You guys are probably getting used to my color coding now. Orange is 200-day moving average, and we have seen it come back, test the 50-day, and then bounce off that again. So all good. Everything is looking good. What do we say? Good in the hood. I need some more sound effects. good in the hood there. All right, so that's pretty cool. I've never been to a hood, by the way, but I'm just saying that's okay. We got sitting $116,591 right now. That is the mark as well. That's probably why I'm alive. Never been. But anyway, we're up here at 116,595 or $600. We're moving up there, so that's kind of cool. Everything looking pretty good. Now, as you guys know, we're coming up to this this tariff extension for China. Obviously, those negotiations seems to be proceeding pretty well. In fact, Trump made another peace deal yesterday between Armenia, I think it was, and Azerbaijan. We've got world peace happening as well. We've got progress happening with the Russia-Ukraine war. So hopefully we get a settlement there. That's coming up for a meeting. So that's all progressing. As you guys know, we need geopolitical stability. And the string of peace deals that Trump's been making is just unprecedented. It is just incredible. And so we're moving, hopefully, to a world of peace. And of course, the only wild card would be the big one in the game, which is China, Taiwan, right? So we'll keep a lookout for that. That would be not great, right? As we can all imagine. So that is the play. So world peace has been worked on. Because if you're going to have the golden age of America, you've got to have prosperity, and that requires, a global peace, right? Of some degree, at least. Nothing's perfect, but that is the play. And so here we are right now, moving forward on Bitcoin. Now, we also have a lot more stuff around crypto expected to come out. We already had the memo, right? The digital memo. And then we're expecting some really meat and potato, whatever you want to call it, meat on the bone. I don't know, whatever. We're talking about that. That's coming up in August, September, October. And hopefully we'll see a lot more around how the United States administration is going to look to try and acquire not only more Bitcoin, but altcoins as well with the altcoin stockpile. So that is on the sovereign state side. So very excited about where all that will lead. And that should also further stimulate more institutional and corporate investment. Obviously, we had the Genius Act with Crypto Week. That was extremely exciting. And of course, mid-July. And of course, now we've had the boom in the Ethereum acquisition vehicles, as well as more in Bitcoin. So it's this game on, really. All right, so that is where we are with Bitcoin. We're going to come back to this chart because we're going to go back to Ethereum. But let's keep going with Bitcoin theme right now. As we can see, Bitcoin market dominance is falling, guys. This is the monthly chart for Bitcoin market dominance. And we can see that we rallied all the way up here. And this box here was the range that we thought that we could get an altcoin season trigger, 64 to 73%, right? This is back in 2021. You guys remember it. This is before the lead-in here at the end of 2020 into. So this month here, actually, this one here, November, we were here. We got up to 67 on Bitcoin dominance. And of course, this is where we had the big payday in Hex. Yeah, flashback. Wow, bang, bang. Everybody's crazy. What happened on a big payday? Of course, it was fun. It was a lot of fun to see, OA get staked and all that sort of stuff. But it was fun times. Anyway, we had we got up to January 21, and then of course the market dominance peaked out at around 74 here. Now you will see variations on different charts of Bitcoin dominance, but this one's pretty good here. And of course we got to 74%, and then down we came. Look at that, down we came because the bull run was on for 21, right? So Bitcoin dominance was decreasing, and all the altcoin season was running. So that was pretty cool. We got all the way back down here to 38.87%. So Bitcoin was only that part of the market. And then, of course, we started going back up as we entered back into the bear markets. And, of course, then Bitcoin taking over on the rally. And so we've got as high as back here in June, and we got up to 66%. That was as high as we got. So we got into this box area, right, which is somewhere we were going to be for altcoin season trigger. Now, the question was it really following the halving? And, of course, was it really going to get back up here to 74%? I was critical of that because of the institutions coming in and they're changing the game, right? So that's kind of the play there. Now we come back down to 59 here. Now, it doesn't mean that we won't go back up again at some stage, but this is where we're coming back down. At the moment, we see ETH starting to run. And, of course, we've got a mega theme for ETH back on the Genius Act and the stable coins, right? That's the measure. We also got, obviously, all of it, because that opens up a new opportunity. We got the first movers, right? The people that are educated around crypto going in first. We got the people like Tom Lee, that are coming in from the stock market, always at the frontier of that crypto stock market crossover. And a lot of other people are following, right? They're going to follow, but he goes first, right? And Wall Street, they like to be second, right? Everyone likes to be second, but that is the play. And so here we are coming down at 59, I should say, percent. So it's game on. And so let's keep a lookout for that. We obviously got this moving average going along here, the 50, and we're above that still at the moment. So that there is showing that things are changing over the last 2 months with the altcoin season really getting very, very stamps of approval, different milestones, altcoin season getting hit. And of course, the last 2 days in particular, breaking that 4,100 is the first one, right? The first one breaking that 4,100 there on the back of course, all these ETH acquisition vehicles purchasing Ethereum. So bullish there. So that is cool for Bitcoin. Now, obviously, we know that Ethereum is going to have its own narrative. I'm going to break down the institutional play on Ethereum, let alone Bitcoin. But, we're probably not going to see in Bitcoin a 70% pullback anymore because of institutions, right? They're buying long-term, particularly the retirement institutions. They have a 50, 100-year window on investments. They don't care about what happens in a 4-year cycle, for example. And so institutions are ultimately going to break that 4-year cycle in crypto as well, right? So we're going to have probably the 4-year, and it's a process though, just to take that into account. But I think we're going to break it over this bull market. Is that the 4-year cycle will get broken, and the reason for that is that the Bitcoin halving won't be as important, be a blip in the radar because of the buying power now. Even Michael Saylor's eating up that, within a few months. So I think that's really going to change the 4-year cycle, and it's being broken during this bull market cycle this time. And so institutions are coming in, they're buying up a ton of stuff off retail. Retail was always in early, right, loving it. And of course, they're going to be buying that up, and then they're going to go long, right? They're going to go long. And of course, they're going to look for exotic ways of, potentially earning on that with some of the CeFi offerings, right? So I guess the more conservative exotics, but that will become mainstream, right? That's going to be play on Bitcoin. But obviously, Ethereum already offers staking as a proof of stake network, so it's a lot easier to set up your income and revalue yourself. And we talked about that yesterday. Remember when we talked about NAV and of course the NAV and of course MNAV as well to get to market prices, right? Which we did talked about those numbers. I posted that on X as well. So we've got some really cool things happening now. Obviously, institutions and all that stuff, and all the investment advisors. All the big corporates, remember, big corporates have these big investment programs with the retirement. All those advisors take time. Some of them, some of them will not even come into the crypto market, right? They'll take positioning where they don't say, well, we're just going to be the conservative stock market play. We're not going to be going into this crypto stuff, regardless of all the mega themes going on. And so we're going to have part of that market do that. And we're going to have advisors related to that as well. A lot of the advisors are actually on the older side of life as well. Some of them are pretty much stuck into that stock market side. But we're going to have certainly a lot of the younger ones and some of the older ones that are savvy, that are going to be moving into crypto big way and advising their clients to go into crypto too. So that will be a process that will probably take somewhere between 2-3 years. It's probably already been in play for the last 18 months in particular. But really, since this year, when Trump's been backing crypto, that's really something we're going to see happen. And that's why I say, I think we're going to break the 4-year cycle for sure. But it's going to be a process over this bull market cycle as more and more people come in. They see the markets get re-rated, and therefore we're going to have longer view players that are controlling a lot more of the supply. Those will be institutions, particularly those with 50, 100-year long views where they're paying out retirements, right, out of some of their portfolio. And so that's going to take time, but I think that's definitely going to, given the magnitude of things, that's going to change the 4-year cycle. So yeah, we may not have a 70% pullback anymore. We may never see that again, unless there's a world calamity, right? Unless there's a great recession or something like that. But we could see the normal cycle, maybe a 34%, 30-40%, because we see that in the stock market, right? With some of the Magnificent Seven, they can have a 34% pullback. And for players that are long-term players, the big institutions that are particularly retirement, they see that they've got money coming in all the time from all the people that are feeding into their own retirements, right? The individuals. And so they're getting cash flow all the time. So if the market goes down 30-40%, they go, thank you very much, I'll pick that up. So they pick that up, and it's even cheaper. And then they're playing the long game, right? 10, 20, 50 years in their portfolio. So you can kind of see some of the things happening there that are going to take a process. That's why we say, yeah, I think the 4-year cycle is breaking, but it's going to be a process, and it's going to happen over this bull market cycle, which is pretty exciting, right? And then we're going to reduce the volatility overall in the market because it's maturing, right? It's maturing. We've got the institutions. We've got every player on the planet coming in now, sovereign states, institutions. So we've got this major maturing, and you guys are here at the right time, at right place, right? You guys, this is the beginning of that process over the next couple of years. So it's really, really exciting where we're heading. So those are some of the mega things. We haven't really talked much about that on the channel, but just wanted to bring up some of those things. Look, it's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting where it all goes. And look, it's just begun. It's just begun. I mean, we're going to get an absolute race into here, and we're going to talk about that soon. So we're going to talk about how many players are racing in to crypto right now, and it's only just begun. Can you believe it? That's why it makes me almost want to pass out with unbelievability. It really is crazy. And you guys know it. It's going to be cool. We got Eddie in house there. ETH to 10,000, baby. Yeah, woohoo. Hey, nice one, ETH. We got Eddie, I should say. I called you ETH. Eddie ETH. We'll call you Eddie ETH from now on. We got Brennan in house there. Woohoo. Pump it, pump it, pump it. We got PulseChain Animal in house there. Hi, guys. Good to see you, PulseChain Animal. And we got Sean is here as well. This is match is struck. Next boom. Next stop is boom town, says Sean. Absolutely. And we got Paul O'Shea in house there. Hey, all. Hey, Superman. It's been a while. Greetings from Ireland. Hey, good to see you, Paul. Always a pleasure. And can't wait till Conor McGregor becomes Prime Minister and you save your country, my friend. There's no one to come. There's no one to save us here, probably. But if you can get Conor McGregor as Prime Minister, you can save your country, dude. You can save it. I wish you all the best. We got Fat Sammy in house there. Hi, all. Good to see you, Fat Sammy. Fat Sammy's been doing some amazing things on social media. Really, one of the most active influencers on PulseChain now. There's people that do a lot of cool stuff, but Fat Sammy is really on the frontier now. So big shout out. If you're not following Fat Sammy, give him a follow, yeah, boy. All right, so we got Hex Down Under as well. Sunday fun day. Woohoo! How's life, Superman? I think life's pretty good. It's sunny outside. Now, we are in the last month of official winter here in New Zealand, and it is sunny. We've had some sunny days, thank goodness. We had lots of rain, though, in June and July, if I remember rightly, and a few little storms, but we are starting, and it was a lot of rain. I'm talking about a lot of rain. It just kept raining. I felt like we were in, was it the tropics or something? I don't know, where it rained, like rain season, like India maybe, something like that. Yeah, it's definitely turning. We typically still have rain. Was it now August, September? I think we still have rain into September as well sometimes. And that can be quite a lot, but I think we're heading in the right direction for summer. And of course, you guys know if we have a bull market cycle going into the end of the year, then it's our summertime here, right? So we get to enjoy it with the summer as well. Even so, it's looking good. All right, so let's jump away here. That is Bitcoin dominance. We're going to go into the other thing, of course, is the strategic reserve, but we're going to come back to that because that's not quite where we're up to there. So we're going to come back to, I'm going to push that down the line there for the Ethereum. But here is the Bitcoin treasuries, right? So this is how many. Look at them all. Look at them. There's 100 here. I think there's 160 when you include other entities that have come in. And of course, there used to be like 60. And now there's like 160 now within a short space of time. I can't remember the time frame. It's pretty short. Like say maybe 6 to 12 months. And it's just been an absolute run into Bitcoin, of course. And at the top there, you can't see it. So let me go back to the other view so you guys can see. But that is a strategy right at the top there. Strategy now holding 628,791 Bitcoin. And the biggest corporate holder. And it has a target of 1 million, right? Has a target of 1 million. And that's pretty crazy, right? It's a pretty crazy mark there. And that's huge. That's huge. So that's where it is. We got Mara there as well. Some of you may be familiar with that. It's got 50,000, XXI with 43,000, Bitcoin Standard Treasury Company with 30,000, and Riot Platforms there with 19. So those are the top 5. And look at number 6 there. Trump Media and Technology Group is number 6 there, 18,000. I'm sure they're going to be accumulating more. And then you've got some well-known names that you guys are probably familiar with. Galaxy Digital, of course, one of the early crypto corporates or investors there that have been around for a long time, etc. And then a lot of other names you guys will know. I'm not going to go through all of this. We've got GameStop down there, though, at 4,700. So we'll have quite a few, depending on the companies. We have a couple of the ETH treasuries on here because they not only hold Ethereum, they also hold Bitcoin, right? And that's part of their NAV and MNAV, right? That we talked about yesterday, right? That makes up the price. So NAV times MNAV, it gets you to an estimated price. Typically, the market price will move around that theoretical price. That's kind of the idea, right? So if you're familiar with that, so we talked about that yesterday. So yeah, this is some of the play. Look at them all. Pretty exciting. This is going to continue to bloom. This is not steady, and of course we've had such huge growth in these numbers. Does it tell us? It tells us that because Ethereum's now replicating this, right? Tom Lee is replicating what Michael Saylor's doing with Strategy, and many of the other companies are too, with variations, of course. We're going to get a boom like this. That's why I said when we get to the Ethereum list of treasuries, it's going to boom. There's going to be, if we got booming from 60 to 150 or 60, say, so that's a 3x in the number of entities coming in. We could reasonably expect that in Ethereum as well. So if we've got 50, we could reasonably probably expect 150, probably within the next 12 months. Let's say maybe in that time frame, maybe around that point. I think we're probably going to be pretty similar numbers. I wouldn't be surprised given the big flurry into Ethereum. So those give you some ideas of the number of entities coming in. Pretty exciting. And of course, as I said before, we could see a massive ramp up in the number of advisors as more and more come on board. And of course, with the recent change by Trump to the 401ks, with the taxing, with the tariffs on gold imports and things like this, these are all playing into the digital strategy and a shift from fiat into here. And of course, we talked about some of the mega themes yesterday around tokenization, around payment systems, around obviously investment like the ETH treasuries, etc., and of course ETFs. These are all vehicles and changes that are going to drive the advisors and of course the hedge funds and everything else into crypto. And we're also seeing some fundamental shift with the idea of portfolio management that a lot of professional advisors give out. Typically they do that 60-40 split, right? And of course we've typically got stocks and bonds, right? But in terms and 60-40 split in terms of risk. But that's all being changed. Some of the leading people now, of course, that are into crypto are pushing the fact that actually, no, you shouldn't do the 40-60 split. That's been around for like 60, 70 years, right, since the 50s. And we only had bonds and stocks. But now we got crypto. And of course, the digital economy, things are changing. So now instead of doing this very diversified portfolio, you should now go to a more concentrated portfolio, right? And not only is it concentrated, but you should be going 50% into crypto. And the digital assets, particularly Bitcoin and Ethereum, of course, some of the top ones. You should be going into that. It's a very different worldview, guys. Very different worldview altogether with what's going on. And that's a slow process. That's why I say we're in a process here. It's not just like, it's all, the 4-year cycle is broken. It is breaking down. Let's put it that way. It's breaking down. And it's going to happen very quickly over the cycle. And so we're going to have a more mature environment in crypto because now we've got every player, right? There's every player coming into the game. So it's pretty exciting. And we've got mega themes happening, as I just mentioned earlier. So pretty exciting there. All right, so let's jump back to the next chart we're going to go to. So we've got all these players coming in, both the number of volume they're buying and also the type of setup they're doing in terms of issuing exotic product offerings on Strategy. Strategy's got a number of product offerings that give people, depending on their risk preference, different returns. They don't have to take so much of the volatility in Bitcoin, for example. So that's pretty exciting. We're seeing a lot of innovation in that space there. So when people talk about innovation, you can check out Strategy and some of their offerings to see what they're talking about. But that is the play. We might do a video on that as well. But the next thing, of course, is where's the price of Bitcoin going? We've got all these players. They're buying all this Bitcoin up. And we've got this chart here with the halving and, of course, the 4-year cycles in play. And they're going to be breaking down. So at the moment, on the rainbow chart here, we're right here in the green area. And, of course, in previous rallies after the halvings, we've been up in the top of these orange or red areas, right? You can see orange or red areas. And so we've still got at least 2 bands to go, which is pretty exciting, right? So that gets us up to some pretty big deals. So by the time we get to December this year, that is pretty huge, right? So we could get up to 312,000 based on the top of the orange band. That seems pretty reasonable, but given the previous post-halving moves in the price and the banana, what we call the banana part of the curve, right? These big banana parts here. Of course, Raoul Paul there is always talking about the banana part of the curve. And at the top, the red band there, the top of the red band is 418,000. And so you hear people like Tom Lee and that talking about, we're going to go to, big numbers. Well, these are some of the numbers that we might get to with Bitcoin just at the end of this year. Potentiality of 418 on the rainbow bands. And that is exciting, right? That's exciting. By the time we get, of course, into, the end of 26, we're looking at about 550,000 on the rainbow bands at the top of the red area, 415 on the orange here. So it gives you some ideas. By the time we get to the end of 27, which is when we're expecting the U.S. economy to be really booming, the golden age of America, we could see growth rates that we haven't seen since the 1950s of 4-5% plus, which is unbelievable for an economy the size of America. But because of everything that Trump is doing, it is absolute game changer with all these, what last time we had numbers, there were $15-16 trillion of investment, and that's probably grown now as well. It's just game on. And of course, we've got mega themes happening in the real economy because we have this AI boom, right? This AI boom, AI chips, AI software. We have robotics, of course, that convergence as well. And then, of course, we also have power systems, which are probably the one lagging, but any improvement in power systems would mean that you'd have fully autonomous, robots and things like that, which means that they could actually, for the first time in human history, replace human labor in a real sense, not in a cool, I've got a cool toy, but actually, got robots doing that. And we always see large robots in factories already have done that, right? They've already done that, but also moving to actually autonomous robots running around. So how many people are going to talk about ratios? It's going to be insane, guys. They're going to go, how many robots per person? Silly man. It's going to be like that, guys. It's like, oh, there's first of all, there's only 0.2 robots per person. It's going to be like that. First metric, wow, 0.2 robots per person. And it's going to be, oh, there's 0.5 robots per person. And then it's going to be, there's 1-to-1 robots per person. Oh my God. And everyone, you walk down the street, every second person you're going to see is not a person, it's a robot. It's going to be crazy too. I don't know exactly when it's not quite in the next 3 to 5 years, but it's we're going to see that first little glimpse of that. And then, of course, they're going to be mass marketing. Elon Musk already talked about that. And it's going to be game on. Anyway, we're diverging a little bit away into futurism, but it is coming. The future is coming. And of course, here we are on crypto. We could see this 4 or 5% plus growth rates, and we could see that Bitcoin pushes to the high end of this. And because we've got record monetary printing, it is going to be crazy, right? So that is going to play on the rainbow cards, right? That's where we're heading there at the 700. So pretty crazy stuff. Now, we could always pop above the rainbows. They could always pop above the rainbows, and that's when people start talking about $1 million, right, on the old Bitcoin. Because why? Because the old gold's getting tariffed, and people are switching to digital gold as Bitcoin. So that is some of the play there. So we're going to see how we go with that. Obviously, this is a little bit more speculative than some of the other stuff we were talking about earlier. But of course, this is the track that we are on. It's game on. Everybody is on the playing field now. Wasn't the case before. It is now, and of course, the big money is coming. The big money. Where all the wealth is, right? These big wealth sovereign funds, retirement funds, all this stuff, government, sovereign states, all the money's coming, and it's going to be creeping up on us very fast indeed. All right, so that is the Bitcoin. Now that brings us into, of course, Ethereum. So let's have a quick look at Ethereum here today, and then we're going to get into the PulseChain news, and golden crosses are coming up. So enjoy that. So let's go to Coinbase here on Ethereum. Look at Ethereum. Woo! Game on, guys. And of course, that green line there is the PulseChain Strategic Reserve, and we're going to talk about that in a second. But look at that. We have powered through that, and that golden cross is played out like a beauty. Look at that golden cross back there on the 11th of July. That is played out so good, like a purring cat. So on the way up there, and here we are at 4,265. It's awesome, guys. Celebrate. It is fantastic. And that was our previous local high back here in December. We were up at 41, right? So we've broken 41. We got a new high, and that means we're going up, and away. Before that, we had a similar high under 41 back here in March 24, and so on. So that is the play. But as you guys know, the all-time high was back here, back in November 21. We were around about $4,900 here in mid-November. So it is game on. That means if you look out on the bigger horizon, let's go to the monthly. We're on the daily chart there, but let's go to the monthly and check that out. Bam. All right. So that's the monthly chart. We're going to have to reset this, of course. Let me do some chart magic. Chart magic. All right. So that is on the monthly here. Let's scroll this out. It doesn't do horizontals autos. That is the chart there on the monthly. That's our previous high from the bull market last time. And look at, we've got a nice little V head going on there too. Game on, guys. Game on. It's going to be beautiful, guys. It's going to be beautiful. Oh my God. It's going to be so good. It's like, oh, my baby boy. It's going to be crazy, guys. Absolutely awesome, mate. Absolutely awesome. Can we see some breakdancing? Says Hats Down Under. Those days are gone, my friend. Those days are gone. Those guys. We got PLS says, could anyone explain to me what this RH van marketing device will be? Says PLS. Yeah, let us know in the chat there. Fast Abdul's in here for the tech. He might know something about that. And I did see Fast Abdul post something from Ivan on Tech talking about Hex. He was highlighting Hex big bubble that we had. I think it was from yesterday. Big shout out there. And Frank Whitehouse, that Bang Bang Pulse Gang is here. Good to see you. You're late. Well, you're a little late, but I mean, you're doing pretty well. We're still 35 minutes on the hour, so you're not too bad. We got a Rhinofy in the house there. Happy weekend. Hey, Rhinofy is that's Derek from the team there. So big shout out to Rhinofy. And of course, they were profiled in the Monster thread. What a great breakdown. And look at that chart. Look at the Rhinofy chart, guys. Go check it out. It is hot. And of course, the first charging cycle is helping to support that price. What a cool thing. It is pretty awesome, eh? All right, so let's scroll down here. We've got Matt in the house there. Howdy all. Happy Sunday, says Matt. Good to see you, Matt. Always a pleasure. I hope you're having a great blessing this Sunday. And of course, Brendan in the house as well. I won't have to walk to the fridge when I have a robot. You will not. Your robot will talk to you and probably deliver it to you as well. But I just get back to that quickly. You can imagine, people coming up and talking about that, right? So talking about, man, there's three. You can see the analysts on like CNBC. Oh, there's 3 robots to 1 person now. And then, of course, as I said, I've said this in a show ages ago. I said, then you're going to have the progressive left, those crazy nut jobs, suddenly saying, they're human beings and they're a species of their own and they deserve their rights. And it's going, it's going to be insane, dude. It's going to be insane. And all the degenerates that have got relationships with robots are going to go, yeah. We got to have the right. You can see it. It's just so predictable, this stuff, dude. Humans are just crazy. It's crazy. Not all humans, of course. We're here. We're pretty cool. But, all the crazies out there. Zombie apocalypse, they call it. Zombie apocalypse. That's progressives. We got Valent in the house there. Greetings all. I might try to get my YouTube channel. Might try to get a YouTube channel owner that I mod for to start 24/7 live chat and that channel, chat channel for 1 or 2 PulseChain coins. Do you think that is a good idea? Any negatives? I don't think there's any problem with that. I only think you can do 12 hours if I remember on the live stream. That's so you have to restart the channel. I think that's the case. I think it's 12 hours. Good idea. I mean, as the bull market goes, more people will probably look at that. I have thought of that myself, but then I thought, I might turn off some people as well by just having that running all the time. But certainly a good idea. Yeah, certainly set up a special channel for it. That would make a lot of sense, Valiant. All right, let's go, and then just get on X and stuff like that and keep promoting it. And that could work very well. All right, so that is kind of where we are right now on the old Ethereum. Look at it, beautiful, right? And we bounced off the 50 moving average, which is currently sitting at around 2,369. So we're looking so good, guys. This is crazy, and we're looking so good because why? Because Mickey Mouse. I don't know, not because of Mickey Mouse. We got so much cool stuff happening. Let me go back to the daily before we move on. I'm trying to make sure I keep a track of time, of course. As we go, because we've got a lot to talk about with PulseChain. And we're going to go back to the daily. And let's see, we're out there. Bam. I wanted to look at the moving averages. So the moving averages right now, we've got the 50-day at 3,348 on the daily, 2,789 on the 200-day, and we're playing out this golden cross beautifully. And look, this number looks high right now. It's nothing. We're going up and away, aren't we? We're going up and away. Fat Sandy says, whenever you feel low, pull up the chart and feel better. That's true. All right. You got to put that quote now out on X. Fat Sam, look for the quote on X. We got also the strategic ETH reserve on the move right now. So this is we saw what was happening in Bitcoin, and we talked about some of the mega things happening around the advisors and investment firms that are coming in, it's going to be pretty crazy how we're going to see that. Obviously, we see there will be companies like Vanguard and that which are going to try and play with us, the conservative stock market company, and of course they'll be fine doing that, but they'll miss out on all the huge rises that all the institutions come in, and of course also all the corporates that they're managing, and all the staff of those corporates are going to get pretty upset when they're earning kind of so stock market gains while other companies and other employees are earning X's and X's and X's on the other one. So it's going to be really funny to see that play out. Not so much for the employees, kind of traditional workers in the United States that will miss out on that because of the risk decision that Vanguard and others have done. So it's also going to be those type of firms out there too. Now, obviously, we've talked about this. I'm not going to go too much on this because we haven't had too many changes over the last couple of days. But we're going to have probably a lot more this week coming up. We're going to see some big acquisitions coming out of these new institutions. And of course, we've got Bitmine emission there. We've gone through that in depth the other day, but that is looking pretty good. That's number one, right? And that is Bitmine emission from Tom Lee. Of course, always been into crypto for a long time now, at least since 2012, 13. And of course, is now a real leading voice there in that cross stock market crypto crossover, always on CNBC, and really one of the best out there. I kind of laugh when I see other analysts get on the same panel as him because you know that he's likely to be 9 out of 10 times right. They're likely to be right maybe 3 out of 10 times. And so it's always laugh when I'm watching that. And they go, Tom, what's your thing? And then Tom gives his opinion. And then they go to the other analysts on the panel and they go, what are your opinion? And they give their, which is always pessimistic. Their one comes always pessimistic. And this is the psychology from the world that they're from, right? Whereas Tom broke through. Tom broke through of that pessimism, really looks at the numbers hard, and gives some really good insights there. It's hilarious. You got to watch some of those panels where Tom Lee's on there. And you know that 9 out of 10 times Tom's going to be right. And 3 out of 10 times the guy that others are going to be wrong, right. So it's pretty funny. Right. So kind of cool. What else? We've got some more comments in the chat there. I'll get to those in a minute, but let's just move on. And so that is looking pretty good. Like I said, they've got an MNAV of 1.76 right now. The market price at $51.43. Now, I want to do a big shout out to Crypto Paradise team. So obviously, if you're in their DAO, you need 200,000 surf tokens to get in their DAO. They're making incredible returns on their. I think they got a trader bot set up. And they also got an investment portfolio as well. Now, they added Bitmine back when it was, I think it was in the 20-something dollars. Can't remember the exact number off the top of my head, but they added that early. And at max, I think they put it in at $31, but I think it was below 30. And it is now $51.43. So great call from Nick Hellman there from Crypto Paradise, which is the other large channel that does daily shows in the PulseChain community. And they've started doing that the last couple of weeks. So big shout out. Now, obviously we're looking to have, hopefully we'll, if we've got 150 YouTube channels in PulseChain, it'd be really great to get at least, 5% of those channels doing daily shows once we start moving into the bull market. Obviously, a lot of them will come out of the woodwork and start being more regular. That'd be great because the more voices we have out there, obviously the bigger reach we have, particularly attracting to PulseChain. So really, PulseChain's still sleeping regarding that. But once it wakes up, my goodness, it's going to be incredible, guys. So, and that's all. And I think just within a matter of a few months, that's all going to be waking up. PulseChain will wake up with all its communications really kicking into gear. Obviously, Richard Hart is going to be dropping those 200,000 electronic devices within the next 2 weeks. And that might just start to get everybody really excited. And we're going to be absolutely flooded through with PulseChain Hex content, just like we did back in the last bull market. So keep a lookout for that. Now, obviously, over time, people's lives change, right? So people want to do different things. That's fair enough. So, but when green candles come, people come out of the woodwork, right? When green candles come. And we're going to be talking about that today because we've really got that moment, that match being lit right now with the golden crosses. So we'll talk about that. So, yeah, brilliant call there from Nick Hellman there. And look, we're expecting Bitcoin immersion not only to be worth a couple $100, which is probably where it will go at the minimum side, but it could go, maybe $300-400, probably going to head to $1,000 on the old, MNAV, in the old market price there. Not, very, very cool, excited about that. Currently, they got 0.69%. They, of course, they got 833,000 Ethereum, looking to get 6 million, right? So they're going to be 5% of the Ethereum supply. They obviously done a lot of OTC deals to do that behind the background there to build up, but they're going to have to buy off the market. Of course, Tom Lee targeting 15K by the end of this year, 16K by the end of this year. And then, of course, that's not the top of the cycle, right? Talking about numbers like 30K, 60K, and, of course, potentially well into the future over a 10-year period. Talking about 400K and beyond for Ethereum. That's right. So doing pretty much, he calls this the 27 era for Ethereum compared to Bitcoin. And so we're looking at some major re-rate on Ethereum over the next 10 years. He calls it the biggest macro play in the world right now is Ethereum here. And of course, that's all on the back of the Genius Act and the stablecoin boom, expecting something like 4 trillion stablecoins into 2030 from Treasury Scott Besson. So that's kind of the play there. Obviously, we've got many other players. SharpLink, Ether Machine. We're going to have a lot more coming in. We've got Bit Digital, Bit BTS. They've got all these ones in here. Look at all the T's. We've got heaps of them. We've got lots of new entries down here. Look at them all. ETHZilla Corporation, Cosmos Health, Centaurus Energy, FG Nexus, they're all coming into play. We're going to have, this is going to be a real boom. Look, like how many we've got? Over 100 right now, 67. We could reasonably expect this to be, maybe in 12 months' time, probably 150 or something like that. It's going to be heaps of them. And the treasuries at the moment, we got 13 of those. Expect that to triple, quadruple as well. And we're going to have a party time, guys. We're going to have a party time. It's going to be so good. So good indeed. So that is the Strategic ETH Reserve. And that's going to lead us into Richard Hart and PulseChain. That's next up. But we're going to talk about what's in the chat because people were making comments. Fat Sammy says, whenever you feel. I think we got to that one. That was a brilliant quote. Sean says that ETH is the oil that will keep crypto moving forward and up. Absolutely, Sean. You are so right about that. Charles Stark in the house there. Curious, still no real answer. So what if, did you ask a question up here? I don't know. Was there a question up the top there? I'm not sure. I can't see any question before this, so let me go open the context, right? We got there, still no real answer. So what if Pulse ETH stack pumps? What does it matter? Are people expecting something? That's on Charles. Did you ask this question before, though? You're so curious, still no real answer. Not sure where you got that, where the pre-foundation for that is. I don't see it up here. Anyway, don't see that. Is that from another live stream? Maybe live stream. I think I answered that last time, didn't you? Right. So it's by association. It's human psychology, Charles. That's the main play on that. It's by association, and then of course you get actions actually in the chart there from alternative capital pushing up PulseChain. That's kind of the link there. At the very minimum, I should say. You can speculate beyond that. Frank White's in the house there. PLS start. First Pulse Strategic Reserve Company. I like that. Yeah, look, that's a theme that we should be seeing is a lot more of that. So Pulse Strategic Reserve Company, we should be having hopefully protocols launch on that. I'm not sure if Fast Abdul's maybe thinking about that or other developers out there. PulseChain, there's definitely a huge opportunity to build on that ETH Strategic Reserve theme with a PulseChain Strategic Reserve. So that's a really good idea there, Frank White. And of course, PLS start there, first one in the mix. I like it. And of course, that's something we've been thinking about ourselves. But if you're a developer out there, I think first mover advantage on that theme, you could build a whole value proposition there. After all, it's fun times. Bat Sammy says that reserve can be borrowed against at a 2 to 3 re-rate. That's right, it can be. Yep, 100%. There's lots of things that could happen with the reserve. So I said that's why I said at the minimum, it's the psychological association and the mega theme that's going on. And of course, above that, you can speculate. And this is one of the many things that you can do on the back of that. So absolutely true. Thanks, Fat Sammy. But will it be done? We shall see. We shall see, Charles. What else there? Fat Sammy says, certainly it will. Remember, he is doing that with his personal bags, which could be larger than the public SAC fund as well. That's true. Now, there's obviously a lot of funds out there. We've talked about this whole list before. Richard Hart, obviously, we got the old the Hex AA ETH out there somewhere. We've obviously got all the OA coins, which a lot of Hex has, of course, been staked. We've got all that sort of stuff out there. We've got all the Pulse and PulseX coins. There's lots of different things that could be done. And, of course, Richard Hart's, private bags have been rumored that he's, still got his mining Bitcoin from 2011. Then he could be particularly large. And, of course, he could have benefited from all the ETH mining he did in 2016 and all the forks as well. So there's lots of different potential levers that he has there. He is a long-minded individual, so it's very likely he still holds a lot of that stuff and probably a lot more because he was already pretty wealthy from his marketing and call center business back from the 2000s. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to see it all play out. And of course, there are a number of options. And I've gone through a whole different. There's a stream I did some time back with all these different type of ideas that he could do. You can go check that as well. Maybe we'll bring that up again soon. So just to address that again. What else? If you were to get a robot to transition to Jabber, it will be real. That's crazy. You guys are crazy. Fat Sammy says, so you could never see the reserve lose ETH, but still borrow stables or ETH flow from it to PulseChain. Absolutely, Fat Sammy. And that is definitely one of the mega opportunities there. There are a couple of big. So basically, when you think about that ETH, you can think about asset plays that you could do with it, which is probably the best play because you get multiple leverage. This is exactly what Donald Trump's doing in the United States. And of course, you could also see a lot of income plays. So if this thing, income and balance sheet, you get a lot. That's where you basically get your options from there. What else? We've got versus media. Well, when do you think the end of the cycle will be? The cycle seems extended. If you're Richard, how would you do the SAC funds? Well, we don't know. The SAC funds are not expecting particularly move at all. So that's just an anchoring psychological position. But as Fat Sammy pointed out, you can use it as a balance sheet or income statement in many ways. So we'll keep a lookout for that. Something we're expecting to happen. But Richard's kind of indicated it's going to move early, right? Going to move early. May the force be with you, says Wookie. We already got marketing coming in within the next 2 weeks. So Richard's, not mucking around. He's not waiting for a late play. Looks very good. He's already moved all year. And yeah, you guys need to go. You guys obviously haven't seen my previous presentation. We're going to have to bring it back. So hopefully when I bring it back, you guys are going to be here to hear about that. Brendan's in the house there. Insert Yoda emoji, says Brendan. Absolutely do that. Calante says, appreciate the content. Hey, a big shout out. Appreciate you being here. And you guys are all early, so it's going to be great times. Brendan says, Surf Club is calling. We'll catch the replay, super. I appreciate that, Brendan. And hashtag jealous. Hashtag jealous there. Now, when he's saying Surf Club, he's meaning eating the most delicious food with the most delicious view and the most delicious location with his wonderful partner. So hashtag jealous there. Very cool, Brendan. Enjoy and have some some fresh fish a la mode on me. Whatever. Valiant else there. Thanks for the input, super. The owner currently operates several 24/7 streams, but I don't know technical details involved with how he does it right. Yeah, I think it's a good idea. Once again, I think you also need to spread the word, maybe on an X channel or something dedicated, perhaps, or however you're going to do that. But get that out. It's a good idea. I am only speculating on, as Superman says. I should make that clear. Like I said, there's asset and income plays that can be done on the back of that ETH reserve, but really, you probably expect the ETH reserve to stay there where it is and just build in value. And of course, we're expecting that if Ethereum gets up to 15K by the end of the year, that's $2.5 billion of value sitting there. It's a lot of kudos sitting there too. Free marketing billboard, and of course, if we get up to a 30K, you're looking at $5 billion sitting there, right? So the psychology of it really goes ramping up, just regardless of how it's used, and then of course onwards and upwards from there, right? And of course, we also see on PulseChain all the fundamentals playing out too. So we're going to get into that. There's a lot of moving vehicles going on here. Not for me just yet. Sean O'Malley says RH is in it for glory. Secret bags also in play, says Sean. And Titan Valley in house there. Elon Musk can order Tesla robot services using BTC, or will it be Ethereum? I don't know. It's going to be pretty cool for sure. Titan X says also, will ETH go to Mars or you're going with digital gold over code? ETH is DeFi and use case AI and robots will use. Yeah, absolutely. We're expecting all that stuff. Like during this Trump age, we're expecting Optimus, the robots, to land on Mars, and of course never come back and set up their own robotic civilization, and of course build out their power stations and everything else, and then come back and invade Earth. That's basically what's going to happen there, and you can all blame Elon Musk for that. Will Tesla buying ETH make it blow off, or Elon ETH? Oh no, we'll see lots of different things like that. Titan X value. Some good questions there. We got Hog in the house there, the number one anime series in crypto and PulseChain. Heart. We got Heart there. Heartwood Dog is in the house. Good morning, Superman. Everybody, big shout out there. And of course, if you guys haven't seen the epic anime series on PulseChain, Pulse of the Fallen, with the main character is Hog. And of course, he's just done his training, getting ready for a rematch against Colin McGregor in Chapter 11. Definitely check that out. We got Duke of the Booze in the house there. Cheers, everybody. Cheers indeed. All right, let's get on to it, folks. I almost got my Superman curl back, haven't I? I've got to after this just change it a little bit. There we go. Get that Superman curl. What's that going on there? There we go. Hey, it's in there. I should get it cut so that really is prominent there in the old Superman curl. All right, so just have the right head parting for that. All right, enough humor here for today. Let's move on. We're up 54 minutes on the hour. That's how we say it. All right, so here we go. Richard Hart has been posting out the last 24 hours. He says Ethereum, I ain't never heard of no sextuple top. Yeah, it's actually spelled like that. Bitcoin at what price do you think ETH flipping BTC threads start popping up? 10K. That's right. So people are looking at the flipping of Bitcoin market cap with Ethereum, and that's game on now, right? We saw those institutions coming in, buying up. We obviously Bitmine there looking for a what they call a sovereign put, as he says, which is 5% of the supply. And we could see a market cap flipping of Bitcoin by Ethereum. So that's definitely on the cards now, and looking forward to that. So it's going to be a theme we could hear about moving forward into the future. So keep a lookout for that. Obviously, we had Richard Hart post out this cool car. You guys know I did yesterday too. I couldn't. Someone did this PulseChain.com van video. It's pretty cool. And they're going to some sort of electronic device within the next 2 weeks going to be airdropped. Yeah, fun times, right? Fun times. Also that city, that golden city in the sky there is Hexaco. There. This is the last thing on his roadmap, right? Is a country called Hexaco, and look, we might need it here in New Zealand as we hit into. I don't want to get into politics because I'll get in trouble, but as we go further down, that is the mark there. That's the mark. So Richard Hart there posting out that cool video. I really like it. I like it a lot. So kind of cool. Also, 16 hours ago says, let me give you some free technical analysis. Here's gold's triple top and 61% move in a year. Do you see how similar it is to Ethereum chart, except ETH is going faster? This ETH chart is only 4 years old, whereas the gold chart here is 15 years old. When a resistance is tested again and again and again, it usually breaks. I sometimes forget I'm really smart and stuff, so I should use more words to describe what I'm trying to teach you. I post this to help you. And that is from Richard Hart there. Now, obviously, he's posted the gold price there and the time frame, and of course, Ethereum. And of course, that's one of the key themes and structures of what we're seeing is the speed at which these ETH institutions are going to be coming in, and the ETH price was going to re-rate. And we just busted that the previous $4,100. It just came on here. That's why we're laughing at the chart, because you know where it's going, guys. We know where it's going. It's going up and to the right. That's right. And of course, out season is coming. It is awesome, and it's so close. It's happening at the speed of sound, speed of light, speed of quantum flux. I don't know. You guys decide. But it's going to be absolutely huge, guys. It's going to be absolutely huge. All right. So there we go. There we go. That is game on from Richard, and it's getting exciting, right? Getting exciting. So then, of course, they posted out some stuff on food. We're going to jump past that, but that is really, really exciting. And of course, as you guys know, we are waiting for potentially some cool things from Richard around a God mode candle. Is that going to suddenly come out of nowhere? And we're excited to see if that does come out.
You could get a God candle at any moment. You could get a giant green candle at any moment, because it's easier to get them, because it takes less economic energy, because there's less of it for sale.
That's right. That's right. So PulseChain, and we're looking forward to it, right? We're looking forward to it there. All right, so that is from Richard Hart. We're going to lead us into PulseChain results. We're on day 821. Looks like that has just started, is it? I think so. Day 821, and we're at Quadruple 0517. I think we just finished day 20, of course. So we've got Quadruple 0517 up 5%. We've got PulseX right now, Quadruple 0413 up 4%, and the buy and burn sitting at 7.56% now on the PulseX. We've got Incentive Token there at $2.18 at 1.8%. That is doing pretty well as well. We've got Hex at the moment, 1.3 cents, looking pretty good, eh? Hex at 1.3, I like that. 4.3% up at the moment. We've got EHEX at the moment, 0.2 of a penny, and that is a combined price of EHEX and PX of exactly 1.5 cents. Woohoo! Let's bring it on, because now, it's been, we've come out of that 2-year, a dark era of the SEC, and we've now, since the 7th of July, been in the freedom. So just over a month now, we've been in the new era, the green, pump our bags, the bull run. It is pretty exciting, and we're starting to see some really nice things happening in the Hex. So it is time to truly, as Richard said in that in that post about ETH, you test. Well, we're seeing that now, and now we're really free to really break free with the old Hex price. So looking forward to that. Gas prices at the moment have been particularly low. Yeah, we're still under 1 million beats, 900,000, 2 cents for a PulseX swap right now. And then Velas at the moment, 52,578, pretty similar to yesterday, maybe up slightly. And then we've got the bridge, which we're really looking forward to, is the heart of where we're going to re-rate in value, 107.4 million. We did have a little bit of capital leave the bridge yesterday, I think it was, but we're sitting at pretty solid 107.4 million. And we had a little bit of ETH left there. So we're at 6,800 yesterday. We're down to 6,700 there. But DAI is looking pretty good, 22.8. Hex there is obviously up, right? So that's good. Hex will, because Hex is in there, EHEX, and it's at 0.2 of a penny. If it does a 5x to 1 cent, then this is suddenly going up another 100 million, right? 80 million there on this value. So you can quickly see how we could re-rate to 200 million pretty quickly on the back of that. So just take note of that. So very, very exciting where we are here. I think the highest we've been on here, you guys can correct me, but I think it's around 160 million on here, 165, maybe 170 tops. I think that's the max that we've seen on the bridge way back, of course, now, before we had the capital flight. on the 31st of July 2023. So that's kind of where we are right now. Bitcoin's gone up a little bit. Look, 26, we're going to 27. Now, I don't know what the rounding is on that, right? But it's definitely flicked over from 26 to 27. That's a really cool thing. That we haven't seen that. That's the first time I've seen 27 on here for some time now. That is pretty cool. We're at 3.1 million. So we're going to keep on look out at the Bitcoin because, people are theorizing on Richard Ha. We may see some more Bitcoin flow over. That's always possible. So, yeah, that's kind of the mark right now. Let's take a picture of this, shall we? And we're going to check in on this picture in the future, maybe within a week or a couple of days. Let me just take a snapshot of this, and we'll look at that in the future. Bam, bam, bam. All right. That is the mark. In fact, we're going to also take a picture of the native stable coins too, and we'll keep a lookout for that as well. As you guys know, I'm hyper excited for PUSD ALGO coming up, man, and especially now that the little birdie dropped us a little bit of crumbs. Very cool birdie. Dropped us crumbs around that PUSD ALGO is going to be restructured or adapted to the Genius Act and the US stablecoins. Naughty little birdie telling us things like that. It's like telling us generally, but not giving us any of the details. And then he goes, the tech's going to be game changing. Yeah, and we're looking forward to. Hopefully they've maybe got some partnership secret sauce in there too. Maybe linked into some institution. That'd be next level. But that would be pretty cool. That is where we are right now. All right, so that is the marks. Let's jump over. We're going to get into before we get into the overall. We're going to jump into Pulse. Let me keep a tab of the time here. 1 hour and 1 minute on the time there. We've got a great bunch of people in the chat there, so cool. If you guys haven't shared the channel around, don't forget to smash it out. Way up the top here, I think we got the link. There's the link. Don't forget to just hit the repost button right now. That'd be great. And of course, if you haven't already subscribed on YouTube, smash the subscribe button. If you're on X, don't forget to smash the follow. I think we're only 10 followers away from 1,000. As you guys know, I've had to rebuild the channel after my last channel was unfairly taken down. And so we're rebuilding back to, we're only 10 away from 1,000 again, which is kind of that first kind of milestone. I guess 100's a milestone, but 1,000, smash the follow. Kind of cool. All right. So that's kind of where we're at now. Let's have a look at the Pulse. This is our golden ratios. Can you guys see this? Yeah, you can. So let's have a look at this. Should we go to full screen? Let's go full screen for this one. So you can see the yellow. You guys know my convention. So yellow is the 50-day. Orange is the 200-day. And these are our long-term averages. And we got the golden cross right as we're doing the stream. Yeah, I paid the chart to do it. I paid it. It's a fake chart. I paid it. That's fake. I'm just kidding. That is happening right now while we're doing it. Isn't that awesome? The golden cross is in play on Pulse. Woo-hoo-hoo! We're at 51.34. So 4 zeros are 51.34. So when I'm saying, 5,000, I'm just taking all the zeros away, right? So just that's another convention doing there. So quadruple zero, 5,000. So instead of me saying quadruple zero or 4 zeros, I just say the mark, right? So we're at 51.34 and we're moving up here and we've got this golden cross happening just as we're on live stream. I kid you not. I just could not ask for a better live stream than this. That is fantastic. Yeah, it's all. So, whoa, I'm getting carried away. Oops, whoa. Golden cross, yeah, golden cross. That's it. We're just having such a good time. Isn't that crazy though, right? It is crazy. Look at this happening. Look, you can see it crossing over as we speak. You can see it crossing over. It's just moving higher as we speak, guys. Isn't that awesome? Let's take away the RSI. The RSI is not oversold yet. It's down to 68, just below the line. But look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Should we admire that? Should we admire that little golden cross? Is that a beautiful thing? I think it is. It's beautiful. Supermodel or golden cross? Golden cross. No, I'm just kidding. All right. I hate. Remember when you're teenagers and you make up these ridiculous comparisons? You go, would you rather have this or that? Would you save your cousin or would you save your uncle? Stuff like that. And it's so funny. What? I don't know where I went with that, but this is the way it goes. We got Blair in the house there. I'm laughing at my own jokes. It's the worst thing. Now we got a few things there. I've got to wipe my eyes. It's this crazy show here. We're losing control of the show. We're losing control. What else there? We got Brea says, so when is the Kryptonite PRC20 wallet coming out? Hey, I can't talk too much about some things that we can't talk about. I don't know. I'm getting asked so many questions about that too. Sean O'Malley, and how's the ETH and 4315 live, says Sean O'Malley. Fat Fanny Sammy says, well, I was expecting the Golden Cross in a couple of days. In a couple of days. Yeah. Fat Sammy, are you Italian? Are you Italian? Well, it's actually Italian, isn't it? Italian? Are you Italian? Great to see it live with you, Sandy says. It is fun times. Look at that. It's happening. You can see it crossing over as we're going. We get a little bit of a pump on that. It's really going to move up. Eddie says Pulse is in a nice cup and handle too, says Eddie. Yep, and we're getting some good analysis there, Eddie. Thank you so much. Fat Sammy as well. Woohoo! Get excited. He's very excited. Let's go. We've got Crypto Stylist in the house there, or Corpo Stylist. Great to see you. Pleasure to have you in the house. Good morning. And what else we got? Wookie in the house there. Who needs gummy bears when we have? He's cracked himself up, says Fat Sammy. Yeah. It's hilarious. It's bad. I know. It's not good. But there's a Golden Cross. We did it. That's it. That's all I can say. And of course, let's put the overlays there. It's all happening in real time. 51.86 on the price. Let's add our overlays. That's the circle. And of course, we got it. Just before it left the circle there. How about that? Just before it left the circle, we got the Golden Cross there. Bam, bam, bamity, bam, bamity, bam, bam, bam. All right. Let's take in the view there. And we're going to add our overlays back on. We're going to zoom right out now and have a look at the big picture. Golden Cross happened. We can't just stare at it all day, right? We can't just stare at it all day. And it happened. But it happened when the price is over the long-term resistance. So we have beaten out that long-term resistance there on the daily. Let's have a look at the weekly because that's the ultimate, right? Ultimate tell. But we have got a Golden Cross on the daily. It is looking spectacular. We've got our blue arrows up there looking there with nice double there. W going on there. And I guess a kind of a cup and handle there. I guess it technically suits. And let's have a look at the weekly chart. Let's go to the weekly here. Bam. And let's expand the universe, space-time. There we go, space-time. So there we go. We are up, and of course we close this close this weekly candle. Then we pretty much confirmed that that breakout there for the most part, and the probability is strongly in our favor. So looking pretty good. Major downtrend broken. That downtrend of the dark SEC era is being broken for once and for all there. And we'll probably end up closing above the angular, and therefore, I think we're pretty assured we're up and away from here, and it's game on. We also know this red line, right? This is the red line of the RH promotion. So there's 200,000 electronic devices being dropped in the United States. It's going to be pretty epic, and they already got a distribution company there that's online. You can check that out doing that, and of course, we're going to have multiple countries getting drops as well. And then we've got the interest rate cut coming up, right? 15th September. And that has moved strongly in the favor of a rate cut, 25 to 50 basis points, what we reasonably expect there, with I think over 90% of the market expecting that rate cut now, based on particularly the recent employment numbers, which were really weird numbers, to be honest. They were really weird. So I'm not surprised Trump there fired the Labor Secretary, or whatever she's called. But that has definitely happened there. So it's just too good. Like I said, it's just the lineup's amazing. We're going to probably expect a lot more ETH buying by the ETH institutions next week. So look forward to some big purchases happening. OTC deals maybe are going to start running out. They're going to have to buy up the market. We're going to see how that all plays out. But that is super exciting. What a great time. And look at this era here. Look at that. Do you guys like all that green? Do you like all that green? Bring it on as this goes on here. And let's keep going right through to 28. It's a beautiful thing. And of course, look at our little chart here for the old PulseChain chart. We got the pupa up and up. Now that's not I didn't like. That's just a general idea, right? It's not supposed to mention like predicting the future. Things are speeding up. 2 more minutes, says Valiant. Absolutely. We got Fat Sammy in the house there. When the composite operator moves, they don't give traders a chance to catch up. That's true. Happy days ahead, 66 Vader. Absolutely. And you guys are all still here, which I like to say because it's a really cool thing, right? So that is PulseChain, Pulse Gains. And let's have a quick look at some of the moving averages, shall we? On the old marks there. So we've got exactly this golden cross happening at 37.60. Isn't that beautiful? And we're miles above that at 51.96. Still pushing higher as we speak. It is exciting times. And game on, right? So look at that moving average there. We're riding up the 9-day. That's the pink one. And the purple there is the 34-day. And the blue one there is the 21-day moving average. Very important one too. as Brennan will tell you. So that is looking pretty good. All right, so let's move on to Hex. Hex. Is Hex doing it too? Hex is doing it too. Hex is on the cross, and we already crossed that already yesterday. Or not, actually, we crossed it overnight, over the last couple of hours. That's actually pretty exciting. So let's go to Hex. Hex is looking even better, right? Because Hex is already well over their long-term trend, and we've got the golden cross there too. Golden crosses. I said the video, quadruple golden crosses. 4. We got 4. We had 2 had already been done. This is pretty awesome. Look at that golden cross there right now, and we golden crossed at 8700th of a penny. We're now at 1.3 cents on Hex on PulseChain. The game is on. We're riding it on the 9 moving average. It's fun times ahead, guys. We've now got the short-term and long-term all crossing, and we're over the long-term resistance. It is fantastic on Hex. Hex is looking really, really good. And, of course, our next target, you can see, is sneaking up here. And this is from Brennan, our TA guru, at 2.2 cents. So that is our next move. Obviously, we've got resistance at 3 cents as well. But as you can see, we're broken through the downtrend. We're free from the SEC. We're in the new era now. And we've got the golden cross is happening. It is game on here. And on the weekly, we've also got a short bullish cross here, the 9-day over the 21-day. 9-day is creeping up. You guys can see it's creeping up to the 34-day as well. So we're getting some bullish short-term crosses here. And we've got the 50-day right up here at 98, just under a penny, really. And it's game on. And we are above that as well. Everything is looking glorious. Bring it on. Game on. And, of course, it's going to be amazing. And, of course, one of the mega things we saw early in the year, Richard Art was making already early chess moves, getting obviously on the PulseChain sacrifice on the ETH strategic reserve early at number 5. And, of course, on addition, we're sitting at number 2, actually, when we started. Remember that? We're at number 2 on the strategic ETH reserve. We're now at number 5 because of all the big capital coming in now. But we also saw the incentive rewards slash down to 0.03 ink, which is about 2,600 ink per day. Of course, capital flight left, and of course the PulseX pools thinned out, and now we can move up and down at a much faster rate. We also saw obviously all the OA sacrifice wallets staking there, and a big staking ladder, taking all that supply, liquid supply, off the market, putting it out, and of course now I think we've got somewhere around 40 billion Hex or so, moving around I think 44 billion, and only about 10% I think that's in the LP pools. So it's really everything's all been set up. Richard's been setting it up all year, and we've been seeing the moves. We've had to obviously, and then we got free on the 7th of July from the SEC. It's all being played. Richard's moving the chess pieces around, and you guys are going to enjoy it. You've managed to survive this long and accumulate. It's looking good. So PHEX there on the move, looking awesome. Now, if you want to deep dive into the analytics on PHEX, definitely check out Crispy Man. He's the man to go to. Does great weekly shows, I think it is, on the Hex Deep Dive. And you can find out all about that, T-shares and everything else. As you guys know, I used to cover it every day, and I certainly will cover it from time to time. But Crispy Man's kind of, he's a deep dive analyst, and that does all the analytical work and stuff like that. So fantastic. Go check him out. All right, so that is the play there. Looking pretty good. We're at 1.3 cents. Beautiful on the old Hex, and a golden cross. Everything looking fantastic, and moving up on the weekly, crossing over all those averages. Fantastic on that. So that's our second one, golden cross in play. But hey, look, we've got an ink token is also running into a golden cross as we're on stream. It is a mega stream today because we got mega golden crosses, 4 of them in play. You can't ask for better than that, guys. You cannot ask better for that. We got a couple more comments in the chat there. Happy days ahead from Hexcavator. We were at 2. I drink to that, says Hexcavator. Absolutely. We've got Surgeon House there. Reposted the stream. Hey, big shout out there. Appreciate that. Big shout out. And, of course, everybody take the chance to repost the stream if you're on X or on YouTube. It really does help. And we've got Only Crypto in the house there. Hey, legends. Things are really starting to fire up there. How exciting. Super exciting, guys. So exciting. I was laughing at my own jokes and crying about it. But there we go. Hexcavator in the house there. A toast, a cheers. Absolutely. It's been a pleasure serving in the Hex bear market with you, but but thank God it's finally over. That's true. That's true. It's a star says Pulse Guy looking good. A big shout out there. Pulse Guy is looking good too. We did see that in the charts. We'll come up to that. But that is where we are right now. We're an hour and 14 minutes into the show. We're going to probably have to go for another 15 just to wrap everything up. But there we go. $2.19 now, and we've got the golden cross happening. It hasn't quite got there yet. It's right on the precipice. We've obviously seen Hex go first there. We've seen Pulse there. Our crossover is exciting times, and we are pretty much at that point where Ink Token is about to go. I think we can safely say that this will cross today and it is right there right now, just looking very good. You can see that there's hardly anything separating it out there on the golden cross. So I guess we can say that we should expect that to happen, if not in the next hour, within a little while there. So pretty exciting on the Signum token. Fantastic. And currently $2.19. Recent highs, let's have a look at that. Recent highs have been up here at about $2.68. And of course, we had one yesterday at $2.31. So we're looking good, guys, for a really nice move here as well. Now we've got a bit of a cup, I guess a bit of a weird cup and handle there. It depends on how strict you are on your TA, but that is looking pretty good too. Moving average currently at $1.78, so we're looking really good for that support line. Let's go to the, we'll ignore the 4 hour because I think we're pretty safe there, but let's go to the weekly chart, and we're going to see where we are lay of the land there. So that is our downtrend. So we haven't beaten the downtrend yet. So unlike the other charts, we have not beaten that yet on this chart, at least the in PulseChain. So we've still got a little bit of work there, but with the golden cross coming up, it's looking very good for a re-rate. So we could see a pretty violent re-rate, I think, on PulseX, on Ink token here, and that's currently $2.70, $2.80 to break free from that resistance here, based on the top of the candles, right? So that is pretty awesome. And we got also on the weekly, we got this little bullish cross, as I call it. The 9-day is about to cross the 9 weekly is about to cross the 34 weekly. Very bullish, and we've already on the chart there crossed over the 50 weekly average of $2.11, and we're now at $2.19. So I think we're going to get a pretty violent re-rate there on INC as this momentum continues. That is where we are. Let's have a look at PulseX. Golden crosses happen, guys. So we've got 3 golden crosses. We had two before the live stream, and 1 during the live stream. 1 is just about, if we keep going, I guess we'd probably get it with the next hour, but we've had that happening. And now we've got obviously PulseX happen as well, and this happened the other day, right? So pretty exciting. So we had PulseX move first in terms of the golden cross, Hex second, Pulse third, and Ink token is looking fourth, and that probably happened, like I say, and maybe in the next hour or so. Let's see, check it out. But at the moment, we are sitting very nicely. The golden cross there at Quadruple 0 to 800, so 2,800, and now we are at 4,150, and we've got this beautiful cross happening. It's game on, and of course we also are seeing some very exciting things happen here. So we've got the 34 move over the 50. The 34 has gone over the 200, and of course the 9-day average is racing up here, and we're riding up on that there as well. We've got this nice cup and handle in there too. Very cool. So everything looking good. Let's go to the weekly. I haven't really looked at the RSIs because we're just sort of focusing on the golden crosses, but you can check those out too. And we have busted apart from that upward resistance, and that's looking pretty good, right? So may it continue and game on. So yeah, looking really good. Breaking the down long-term resistances on a big move up there. Very exciting. And we know we came off this low at 1377. We're now at 4158 on PulseX. PulseX looking like a boss. Let's look at the mega trend with PulseX against Pulse, and we're sitting at 0.8 right now. So we are holding up relative to Pulse. Very cool. One PulseX, worth 0.8 PulseX, and we're expecting that to continue that trend. No real changes there. That is the mark. What else there? May go try a tree today. That's probably a good day for it, Wookie, since everything's going up. Hex Raider says RH Core Coins God mode incoming. Yeah, that's right. We may very well see the God mode coming. We've got plenty of room on the weekly to drive that. So keep a look out for that. Send it, says Derek. Send it indeed. And Hex Raider announced as well. Woo-hoo! Get excited indeed. All right, so that's pretty much it. Let's jump over to some other bullish news, which is Rackham Rochelle. He posted out something yesterday, which I think was pretty important, and he is going to be launching Coinwell, a couple of protocols actually, and of course it looks like a liquidity fork from what I can see, and it looks like he's got a stable coin there. If I'm interpreting this correctly, you guys can tell me if I'm not, but he's got stability pools, staking pools, redemptions, and that looks very much like a liquidity fork. Not sure if Fast Abdul is there, but he may have a bit more insight. But yeah, we're looking pretty good. Borrow DOLR looks like the potential stablecoin there, and of course the DOL, so dollar and then R with Rackham on the end. So it's branded his own dollar. You gotta love it. And you got the dollar, and of course if you've got Briar, then Briar's probably going to be very useful in this platform. He's also got a yield farm, so he's got a look like a liquidity fork combination with the yield farm. So that's a two in one deal. And stake LP tokens, add liquidity, staking pool, redemption, etc. I said long-term play. If they do not listen, nothing I can do. People have no idea what is coming, and that is fine with me, as it will work itself out. And of course, we are understanding that he's going to be doing a listing side as well, and therefore we might get a bit of a challenge, especially if they throw a lot of money behind it, etc. Marketing to CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko. Of course, it's been a long time we've been wanting to take them down because they've been gatekeeping PulseChain and Hex for years and years and years. So that is pretty exciting there from Rack and Michelle, I thought. Very, very cool from yesterday's post. Now, just trying to see whether he's posted anything else. So we've got lots of cool things in the house there right now. All right, so that is pretty much it where we are. And, of course, we're going to go into how we're doing for time. We're on 1 hour 20. Going to go into the marks here. Now, I just want to quickly talk about the Bitcoin themes really quickly. And so we're going to do that. In fact, actually, you know what? We might do this tomorrow. Go through Bitcoin because we're running out of time. But we're going to go through Bitcoin theme tomorrow. I was playing on today. But let's go to the overall markets on PulseChain. See what is going on here. To wrap up our commentary. So we've got $27.2 million in volume, so we're definitely looking good relative to what we've had over the last week. And here at the moment, we've got PF Flan there. It's been around for 5 days, up 425%. We got Pulse Guy. Now, we had a fan of Pulse Guy in the chat there. It's Starboy, a fan of Pulse Guy. That's definitely doing well there. It has been around for 4 days, up 92% today. We got Chomp there, been around for 14 hours, a new coin, 50%. On that one, we got Synthesis DeFi there, been around for 8 months, up 45%. XRP Pump Tires, been around for 6 months, 34% there. Peacock from Liberty Swap there, up 32%. We've got ETH Pump Tires, up 27%. Remember from OG Web Chef, making a bit of a comeback there, up 21%. We've got Dump Tires, Pump Tires there is up 16%. Trump Pump Tires, up 15% and 27/100th of a penny. It's been a good performance recently. We've got Curve token there, Pump Tires, I believe, 15%, plenty to think that is. And we've got Cardano Pump Tires as well, up 30%. Solana Pump Tires up 30%. So really a lot of domination by Pump Tires today, isn't it? And making up our top sort of 4-13. And then we've got 9mm and DEX there, is up 10%. And we are expecting a re-rate in the DEXs as we move into this FOMO period. So, you might want to consider picking up a little bit of those DEXs, particularly with the high volumes. That's probably the ones to play, and some of the better tickers listed as well. We've got RhinoFi in the house. Of course, we've got RhinoFi in the chat today. Great to see RhinoFi here. We've got Derek from the team, looking good. So let me find Derek. He's up here somewhere. Let's see how we're doing for time. We're doing, still got about 8 minutes, I guess. I'm going to get in trouble for being so long, but hey, this is the way it goes sometimes when you're having fun. Can't see Derek actually. Derek was there somewhere, but I couldn't find it. I tried my best, Derek. I tried my best. But we've got RhinoFi there on the move at 1/10 of a penny, almost 11/100th of a penny, up 8.8%. Let's have a quick look at that chart. And bam, look at that. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. About to break all-time highs. And of course, it's got the old buy and burn, isn't it? Recharge going on there. Looking pretty good. Let's go have a look at it. Let's have a little nosy on RhinoFi. Of course, it's a partner with Crypto Paradise, as you guys know. Doing an amazing job on PulseChain. Charge cycles, let's have a look. We've got charge cycle 2, so that's filling up with more pulse. Estimated to earn 8.2 million so far, only just started a couple of days. But we've got 382 million pulse in the buy and burn right now. That goes from the charging basically and gets put into the buy and burn. And look at that, $17,000 sitting in there, ready to buy up this chart all month. So that's kind of cool and looking good there. So fun times for the old RhinoFi. All right, a great community too in RhinoFi, by the way. If you go into Telegram, a really, really warm, welcoming community there, and we like that. We like that. All right, so we've got time token from Time Dividend at 8%. Atropa with James Maria at 6.7%. PDI there, Pump Tire Die, I should say, is up 6.6% there at the moment. What else? We've got PDC The Greys, one of my Magnificent 7. The big Dow up 5.7% right now at 0007800. Let's have a quick look at that one, shall we? But we'll go to the Pulse Pair and have a look at that on the Pulse Pair and see how that chart is tracking here on the PDC. Look at that. Whoa, that's looking good, isn't it? Man, that's riding up that 9-day moving average there. And we had a golden cross way back here on the 24th of July. And that's playing out very nicely. So, and of course, with PulseChain crossing over golden cross, PDC the Grays, this looks even better and better. So yeah, that's why it's in the Magnificent 7 there, and some of the reasons. Unseen Signal there, 15 days, been around, up 5.5%. Liquid Loans, loan token, to talk about the liquidity forks, right? Loan token up 5.4% there at the moment. Secret Conspiracy is up. I think that's pump ties, right? I'm not quite. Sometimes a few of these coins are non-pump ties, but I think that is 4.9%. Pump ties itself, the main coin, 2.1 cents, is sitting at number 26 today. That is on the move, up 4.8%. And then, of course, Surf token there from Crypto Paradise. Like I say, their DAO has been performing like a boss, making some big moves with BMN there. And, of course, on Tom Lee, these guys are sneaking up here on people, man, sneaking up. And after that whale sold off, we had a whale sell down here. It's ready to rise. So keep a lookout for that. Good old Surf there. And you got a good chance, good entry here, sitting over the 21 moving average as well. In fact, I've got to change that color, don't you? You guys know that is the wrong color for the 21. This is based on my colors, of course. We've got to have the blue, the baby blue. And that matches pretty nicely with the green eyes, right? The blue, baby blue and the green eyes. Come on, guys. You guys know what I'm talking about there. I don't know what I'm saying, but we're at 143. All the girls watching go, what the hell is this going on? Smoking the juice. All right, so that is the play there right now. We're at 1.53 cents. Crypto Paradise Surf token are looking prime for a pickup there. Obviously, not financial advice, all that good stuff. Now let's quickly randomly go down some of these. We've got less than percentage plays here. We've got TD Takeover on the move, 4.4%. What else we got going here? Obviously, Hex sitting there too. Your mum there, 3.8%. 9-inch, of course, the other DEX, right? So we've got 90mm on the move, 9-inch on the move, and that is sitting up at 3.63%. Now, obviously, we've got Solid X there, another one of my Magnificent 7 at $13.84. And hey, look, I've got to bring this up. I wasn't going to, but let's do it. We're having a good time. We're having a great time. It's a good time. And the old crypto. Let's go and find Solid X. Solid X here. And, of course, Firewall, right? We talked about Rack and Rochelle. Now we're talking about Firewall. And they put this post out yesterday. Make sure I've got to find it here. This post here. I know it seems like, what the heck, this post? Well, this post is crazy. So let's go back into the mix here. You can see every cycle, they say, has its winners. PulseChain has the community. PulseChain has the tools. Blink and you miss it here. And bullish, right? Bullish there. Little teaser there. And I think that Solid X is going to be doing some pretty exciting things. So keep a lookout for that. So that is the play on that one. Now, Solid X there in my Magnificent 7, as you guys know. And, of course, let's scroll down a bit further here. We've got big BBC token, so 9-inch and BBC. Moving further down here, we've got Alien sitting here up 3% right now at 605,100. And, of course, on the play, what else we got down? ALGO on the back of Hex, only up 2.5% today. We'll expect that to re-rate with the Hex breakout, right? As it continues to break out there. Sparta, of course, another Hex DAO there. That expected that to break out too. So currently 2.4 cents there. Obviously, we got Teddy Bear down here as well. James Maria just hanging down here. Wait, it comes out of nowhere, right? When the others are going around and suddenly pumps. What else there? Peppy meme coin from Pup Ties up 1.4%, etc. Top Hat from Crypto Coffee up a little bit there as well. And that really gets up. We get the number 75 Doubt token there, pretty much up or flat. And that is at number 75. So we've got 75 coins here on trending that are pretty much in the green. Not all of them are outperforming Pulse, of course. And I think what was Pulse up about 5%. So maybe let's scroll up here. If I remember right, if it's still up 5%, then maybe we've got 20 coins beating Pulse today. Or at least 20 peers there beating Pulse. Now, some of the other ones that are down at the moment, we've got Alamo. Of course, that was feeding what the Fitzgerald company, was it? And that Fitzgerald pumped and then had a retrace, right? Then we have Mafia is also down a little bit. We're looking forward to that launching probably September, maybe, if it launches at the same time as On-Chain Bet. That'd be pretty interesting. We know he's changed the roadmap for that, Jacob. And, of course, we're really looking forward to PUSD ALGO. I think that's this flagship. Cult DeFi agrees, so we'll look forward to that. Pulseum, the farm here is down 5% right now. We've got some of the Pump Ties, Bitcoin, and Dodge down at the moment. King Token there is down right now. And I think we had Goo God in the house. I think it's Goo God's. And that's something maybe you want to look at for picking up. Keep a lookout for Goo God. There's always on the move. And, of course, we've got Fitzgerald there right now. Is currently just having a retrace, 15%. And, of course, you guys know I'm not a big fan. No, the chart's amazing, so no doubt about chart. But I'm not a big fan of 4 people holding a coin and you're kind of trusting the coin, even though with all the pump meters. So it's not something I'm fan. Some people don't mind. That's their thing, and good luck. I wish them the best on that. Down 6% today. Of course, the chart has been performing like a boss, and of course they benefited from the LMO there as well. I know some big influencers supportive of that too, like Brandon out there, but this is my position on it. And of course, with the PulseChain there, we've got a couple other coins as well. Hexa, Blitz here, all those incentive tokens on that reward tokens on the PulseChain farm down about 16-23% today. So PulseChain is just getting a bit of a retrace. Probably a healthy one would argue. And of course, that's the play. And then we got a few others in there as well. So, but look, we got Racker Michelle's Briar token down here right now, and he is going to be supporting this. So, this could be a nice little pickup. Not totally oversold yet, 41, but this bouncing off so far. 1,200 penny had a very big run, so you're going to need a healthy pullback, right? I mean, everyone can agree with that. But he will be supporting this, and he's got those big platforms coming. So, maybe picking this up at the right time could be pretty cool. Not sure whether it's going to go fully the way down to 30, but that's on the 4 hourly, right? On the daily, we don't have an RSI print yet. But, we probably had a reasonable trace there. You could use a Fibonacci or something on this to find a good entry, but that is where we are right now. So I'd keep pretty looking out there. He also deferred his giveaway because they've had some trying to get their company's platforms over the line, right? That's from Rack and Michelle. So we're a big supporter of that. We're looking forward to that. And if you can pick off the bottom of Briar, then, congratulations. You're going to get a second entry, right? Not as cheap as when it started, but you will get a big entry there. And as you guys know, I think we were, let's look at the market cap chart on this. We were covering it on the live stream well before it was in the under $100 million, and it rallied all the way up to 3.6 million. He wants to make this number one meme coin. He's got platforms coming out. So keep a lookout, guys. Keep a lookout for Rack and Michelle. And of course, he's teased about ties into the White House with the digital strategy, and of course, Donald Trump Jr. Keep an eye out for Rack and Michelle, the big whale, and of course, Fire Whale with SolidX. These are some of the big themes we're going to be seeing moving forward on the old chain. So I call it the whale strategy, and it's going to be fun to see them play out. But both of them are going to be helping PulseChain create more value, bring more people, and make the chain far more exciting. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Good times and rock and roll. Let's see. Okay, we're up to now 32 minutes. I've got other things to do today. We've got the Monster Thread coming out tomorrow. So I better get working on that as well with the MBGS Crypto. What a man, the myth and the legend there. Of course, the Monster Thread number 14. Number 14, yeah, boy, it's coming. My neighbors are complaining. But it's going to be pretty awesome. So look forward to it. And we've just got these golden crosses now. Takeoff time, baby. It's takeoff time. It's going to be so exciting. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the show. It has been great to bring it to you, covering the golden crosses. What a pleasure. What an honor. And as you guys know, really, I'm just sharing the journey with you guys, and it's going to be a blast. It's going to be a blast. Right time, right place. If you've got any people that you want to make mad gains, it's time. It's time now, both from all the macros to the PulseChain. It is game on. Now, we're going to be covering a Taurus and Titan X probably tomorrow. Bitcoin, we're trying to cover that tomorrow. The Pulse Bitcoin has been on the move. We're going to talk about that too. And then, of course, we're going to be looking at to cover X1 chain when it launches from Jack Levin, the vampire. The vampire, apparently, he's buying a Ferrari. You can decide on it. But anyway, so that's the play. All right, take care, everybody, and I'll catch you on the next show. And bye for now. It's been a real pleasure. But we've got a couple of comments, I guess, to go before we leave, because you guys know community is number one for me. So let's read out a few of those before we leave. Let's see. Hexfat, I like that comment there. RH coins, God mode incoming. Absolutely. Send it, says Derek. I love that. We've got Fat Sam says, I send a DM, Suitman. You get a chance to check it out today. Thanks so much for all your great work and great show time. I appreciate it, Fat Sammy, and I'll definitely check it out. Big shout out there. What else there? We got Wookie in house there. What's the triple X's there? Triple crosses? Yeah, nice. I thought there was a lot of kisses. You like a lot of kisses there? Is it hugs and kisses? Hugs and kisses. Where's the hugs? This is the kisses there. We got Valiant in house there. Need to go. Great stream, says Valiant. Many thanks to all and have fun. Absolutely great way to go out. Hope you guys enjoyed the show, everybody. And definitely take care. And I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out. Woohoo! Rock on. Gold crosses. 4 gold crosses. And the last one will probably just be right now. All right. Take care. Bye for now.